Yo, what's going on, everybody, man? You already know what today's video is about. Today's episode, I don't got to do too much talking. Just put y'all seatbelt on and let's get it and let's go.
We switched timelines, and that's why all the Mandela effects are happening. Watch this.
String, he says there's a snake in my boot, right? Well, now it's strangely there's a snake in my boots.
All I can do is...
There's a snake in my boots.
That doesn't even make sense. And this man supposedly caught the timeline shifting on camera.
Watch this. Look at the name, Berenstain Bears.
This shit is changing.
Whoa.
Now, here's a crazy one. When you think of Abraham Lincoln, you think of a guy with a tall hat, right? Where are all the images of him with hats? He has no hats in none of his pictures. Where did it go? I thought I was crazy, but weird things are happening right before our eyes. Have you ever watched the SpongeBob movie? You know the Goofy Goober song? I distinctly remember SpongeBob having a white guitar. Now all of a sudden it's a peanut? I can't be the only one tripping about this. Also, does anybody remember popsicles? You know how they used to have all of our favorite cartoon characters? Well, I distinctly remember there being a Boots popsicle with the messed up bubblegum eyes and all. But guess what? Apparently it never existed. I remember eating it. Like this video if I should do a part 3.
I'm not going to lie. The Mandela effect, it gets very deep, and that's something to do some research on. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that down below.
Legion of Doom is about to begin its reign of terror.
Gangway!
Love to see New York. We could all go with the bus company's special Super Sitter fare.
$9? This one's on me.
Let's hope Osama bin Laden doesn't know show tunes.
God, I hope I get it. I hope I get... Wait and see! Oh, you're stupid.
Well, you're stupider.
No, you're...
American defense and destroy the Pentagon with one swift and deadly blow.
Ghostbusters to tower. We're coming in.
And I'm out of here.
I don't think that this was just predictive programming. I think that this is planned programming as well.
Listen, they done already gave Reflection 16 years, but the news media is still dragging him out. They saying he got something to do with 6 missing people. Shout out to the Lioness Den on YouTube, because she the reason why I came across this. It's an article about these people. 6 people vanished after getting tangled up in cult. Man, they doing folks bad. Look how they trying to play this movie, fam.
So get out my way.
6 people missing for months after following this alleged cult leader and self-proclaimed
Damn.
I think Rashad fits the usual profile. Very narcissistic,
Wow.
very self-obsessed, grandiose claims. He has 90,000 followers, by the way, on
That's
Instagram.
not even a lot of people.
We're taking a closer look into the history of alleged cult leader Rashad Jamal White and his group, the University of Cosmic Intelligence.
That's why I tell you, we don't need no leaders, y'all. Don't go into
Let me
nobody.
start by saying peace to the gods and
Look.
goddesses of planet Kai, peace, meaning positive energy.
Look.
This creates elevation.
This could be you. This could be me.
2023 was the last time anyone saw 25-year-old Michaela Thompson,
What that got to do with him being in
27-year-old
jail?
Terrell German, and 36-year-olds Michaela Wickerson. This is the last known image of the trio in a St. Louis grocery store.
Then you gotta see the comments in this, bro.
30-year-old
They still let the news fearmonger these people, fam.
Leia Wickerson and 2-year-old Ashton.
Listen, if you want to see the whole video, you gotta go on YouTube and watch it, because I don't know if they taking people down on the news. They striking videos for that, all that, because once you use news content, they can copyright it on any platform. They come get you for it. But that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. With all this synagogue things happening, with all these underground tunnels being exposed, you want to talk about Rashad and 6 people going, even if, listen, prayers and peace to all the family and everybody, right? But you even have people in the comments like, oh yeah, anybody telling you to get away from your family is a red flag. Anybody telling you to crash out, this and that. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes Rashad will be red, right? And he'll be like, man, y'all ain't trying to die. Y'all ain't trying to die. But I'll be like, bro, is he trying to get people to crash out with him? But in all actuality, this was just one man, fam. One man that was just like you. Just like when you see all these people in the industry, boy, they don't got no power, boy. They ain't no family, they ain't got no back ends behind them. You think, bro, cult leader. Then they make this story and dramatize it. You got all these sisters in the comments like they playing on their sympathy. You feel me? They playing on their empathy, I mean. And don't join no more groups, y'all. Don't line under nobody but your motherfucking self. Each one, reach one. That's about it. We all the reminders. We gotta become reminders ourselves, bro. You feel me? Don't join no groups. Don't call yourself nothing. No Aboriginal, nine ether, no none of that. Like, you gotta be cool. If you gonna use these terms, don't say I am this. I am spiritual. I am the divine God of the protector of the cosmos. Like, you gotta be cool on all that. And you might think like, oh, this the elite's on him, but he set his own trap for himself with his ego. So you gotta check yourself, fam, because these people use your own against you.
With his charges, I'm not gonna lie, his charges is wild. It's just a matter of everything that's done in the dark will potentially come to light.
Okay, y'all, I'm not trying to alarm you, but it looks like something is going down, because this is the Red Sea in between Sudan and Saudi Arabia, and there is a whole bunch of ships on that Red Sea. So what is going on, you guys, right? Not to mention, this just happened today. 10,000 U.S. Army troops were deployed into Saudi Arabia airspace. What is going on? What is the United States preparing for? What are we not being told? I mean, we hear talks of war, but how come the president hasn't come on television and said, you know, we have deployed 10,000 U.S. soldiers to Saudi Arabia? What is going on? And don't forget, you guys, we are literally in an election year. So there's a lot of things up in the air right now. A lot of things, including World War III. You know, whenever there's an election year, they always want to pull some type of stunt on us and try to put people in fear. But we already know what this is. This is a spiritual war. This is literally a spiritual war. I don't know what they're getting ready for. But yeah, we're keeping you guys in the loop and letting you guys know what's going on, because the media is not telling us nothing about this. They're doing this at night, right? They're being secretive about this. Why are you not telling the country what's going on with everybody else that's part of the country? It's weird, y'all. It's getting weird. All right. So again, this video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. I am only raising awareness to interesting situations, and this right now is very interesting. You guys know what's going on with the army and the Saudi Arabia and all those ships on top of the Red Sea? Please let us know down in your comments. Share this video, you guys. Let us know what's going on. Thank you guys for tuning to my frequency. The shift is here, you guys. Regardless or not, we are a part of it. Let's get it. Peace in.
Every election year is somewhat nerve-wracking, but to me it seems like a precise pattern that both parties like to play.
In this world that we live in, there's two main motivating forces, and I tweet about it all the time. It's love or fear. You can't explain love. You know, my cousin is locked up for murder, and I love him. And so he did a bad thing, but I still love him. Here's the idea why you're in a simulation. Let's start with acting, first of all. And a 2-year-old screams at a restaurant, the entire restaurant screams, teach that kid how to act. We're all unpaid actors in some giant script that we didn't write. Simulation, a 2-year-old jumps jumps on a coffee table and someone says, that's a coffee table, don't jump on that. So it went from being something that makes him feel like Superman, he's got his cape on. He's 2 years old, he doesn't give about a coffee or a table. And he's starting to like calculate all these things. And by the time you're 40 years old, you've got a wall full of coffee tables calculating you into traffic, calculating you into your career choice. You know, that's the simulation that I'm talking. That's what I mean when I say simulation.
So it seemed like we're all stuck in a simulation and everything is planned. But y'all know Kanye, he says a lot of things of value and sometimes he be tripping, but in this particular situation, I feel like what he's saying is holding value.
This is the surplus from NASA year after year. There's vacuum chambers, actual engines, actual motors. This is the lost technology that NASA talks about that they say it's a painful process
to build a package.
On behalf of Flat Earth, I present to you the painful process of going to the moon that they've scrapped entirely since the 60s. In 50 years, this stuff's been sitting right here. So we're in a place called Norton Sales. It's in North Hollywood, and they've been buying surplus for years. At the end of a project, Gemini, Apollo, or something, by government process, it shuts down fiscally, and it has to go to auction, and they sell the entire building, desks and everything. This is where it ended up, and they scrap certain things and they keep other things. We don't think rockets can even work in space, but they made one anyway.
Research Flat Earth.
We all know that they're not going to tell us everything that we really need to know when it comes to this whole moon landing situation. 2024 is a very special year, so it's no telling what information they're going to tell us. But let's just hope that they finally expose the truth.
Never heat up anything in the microwave that's in plastic, like Tupperware, because it's actually leaking those chemicals into your food. How many people have drank a plastic water bottle from the back of their car that's been sitting there all day in the heat and it literally tastes like plastic? It's because the plastic has leached into it. There's something called phthalates that's in plastic that we are now seeing have a detrimental effect on our bodies. They're lowering sperm count. They're causing boys in the womb to have smaller dicks. So it's also having an effect like in utero. It's also having an effect on our endocrine systems, meaning that more women are seeing infertility at higher rates. It's really affecting us in so many ways, not to mention there's cancer connections with it too. So this is why we should be really concerned about it. You want to be careful too of things that maybe look like they're not plastic. A perfect example is the Starbucks cup. So I watched this video and I didn't even think about this. God. This woman was talking about how if paper was just paper, like think about paper straws, it's going to disintegrate in liquid. So how does Starbucks have these paper cups that don't disintegrate in liquid? They're plastic lined. And then you're putting the hot coffee in there and then you're leaking all those endocrine disruptors like the phthalates into your coffee.
I feel like warming up food or heating up food in a microwave in general can be very dangerous.
If you don't exercise, you're going to die sooner. For every hour you exercise, you will live 3 hours longer.
For every hour you exercise, you'll live 3 hours longer.
Yes, that's the Harvard alumni study.
I want to get up right now.
Y'all be talking about me being skinny, so I guess that's just one confirmation for me to get into the gym even more. I'm trying to live long as it can be.
All right, this is the last time I'm going to try to record this. I'm trying to tell y'all why I stopped calling myself a queen, because words have power and you really need to look up the true meaning and origin behind the things that you say. But for some reason, TikTok tripping. This is queen. This is what it means. Now we're gonna scroll all the way down to the origin. Keep scrolling till you get to the origin. Hold on, move out the way. Move out the way. The origin. There it is. Now we're gonna click on it. Click on it. What does that say that queen means?
Hold on.
Oh, that ain't me.
Whoa, hold on. So this is where the originate of queen come from. What? That can't be true. I'm not even going to lie to y'all. That just completely shocked me and changed my reality. Brazilian aliens. What?
Mano, pior que mexe esquisito demais.
Nah, that can't be real.
Com zoom aqui dá pra ver ele se mexendo melhor.
O zoom dele é melhor que o meu. E outra coisa, se você for fazer uma comparação, ele é mais ou menos do tamanho daquela árvore lá, ó. Entendeu? Ele é grande. E outra coisa, até o jeito de se movimentar não tá normal.
I generally think that that's just somebody from a far distance, so I'm not sure what TMZ was talking about on that one. Y'all can let me know what y'all feel about that down below, but I definitely think that it was a regular person.
Look at it. Yeah, I don't know now. But he ain't moving though. It says right here, push button to start. All right, let's see what we got here.
Oh, that's creepy.
That's Zotan. I already pushed the button. See, it ain't even acting right already.
That look real.
Hello there.
Oh!
The mighty and powerful.
I need you.
Who stands before me now?
What's up, man? My name's Span.
What?
Span.
Span.
Yes.
Well, tell the Zoltar, what do you wish for, Span? Anything in the world, anything at all.
Really? I wish I can get a vacation from these kids.
Well, you can get a vacation if you send them off to the right place for a while. You see, it's up to you, though. And all I can say is if you don't, time is ticking. Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. But make sure you don't stray too far from them, because it's important that they have you there. I mean, they are little children, and they need your guidance. It's a wonderful thing. So be the strong parent that you are. Now take your fortune from the cup below. That's for you. You have an amazing day at the fair.
All right. Appreciate it. This is cool.
I'm not gonna lie, that completely creeped me out. Let me know how y'all would have reacted if you would have been in a situation like this.
I just found something out. I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna say it.
Uh-oh.
You know night vision goggles?
Yes.
How they're like green, now they have like the white phosphor, which is like whitish blue. But apparently the first night vision goggles that the US government had during Vietnam were red. And basically these goggles were made with a chemical cyanosine or something. They were given to fighter pilots, people in planes, and different parts of the military during Vietnam. And the soldiers were wearing them and they were seeing things. The gunner was like shooting in the air at nothing. What do you see right now? And he's like, how do you not see this? They're like giant demons flying beside us. And they're like, what are you talking about? Apparently the chemical that was in this allowed them to see on like some different visible spectrum or something, and they were picking up auras and
like the fourth dimension
energy, and people were losing their mind and going crazy because they were seeing.
Whoa.
And they banned them, and the army was like, do not put these on. There's something really wrong with
Bring
them.
them back. Let's where the
crazy. And then right after that they stopped and they made the switch to green.
As humans, we really can only see a select percentage of what's really out here in the world. So I will only imagine if they did invent things to where we can see more things on a totally different realm and aspect.
Wake up. Excuse my language. But I'm saying this because I want you to wake the hell up. Inside Post Malone, $3 million apocalypse proof in Utah bunker. I've been telling you guys, these celebrities already know what's been coming. Whoever's watching and seeing this video, you're gonna need to listen to this and pay attention to this now. All these celebrities have bunkers. And if you thinking they rich, yeah, they got more money than you, but these ain't rich. They got no money. They making money and taking money from your when you attend their concerts. And you know what they're doing? They're building a bunker because they know what's coming to this world. They know what's about to happen to this world. I've been telling you, I've been speaking about Mark Zuckerberg so much because there's a reason why all these are building bunkers. See, the way the world is because what God said is in the Bible. These entities are trying to run and hide and protect themselves from it. That's what you don't understand. It's not climate change. It's not aliens. It's demons, pestilence, famines, earthquakes, and disasters that is happening in this world. Period, point blank. California, Central Coast rattled by earthquake. That was today. Earthquake in Arkansas rattles part of Mid-South. That was today. Magnitude 3-point earthquake reported near Memphis. That was today. Are you not understanding where I'm taking this? This movie did not lie to you. This movie been telling you the truth. And if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. Leave the world behind. The world as we know is done for. Yes, President Obama gave notes on leave the world behind. And no, there's no conspiracy theory. They letting you know that everything about this movie is going to happen and take place. But that's their theory. And they know what's coming to the world. But it's God's wrath. We're going to have to really prepare. And y'all about to see in 2024. This ain't no fear mongering. It's just facts. And I show you every proof that there is. CEO building bunkers, celebrity building bunkers. Earthquake after earthquake, you see a lot of climate change, but it's not climate change. That's what they want you to think. You see how much war in the Middle East, Gaza, and all these wars happening, people fighting, people building bunkers. It's going to be an apocalypse. It's going to be an invasion. It's over. Life as we know it will not be the same.
I feel like this world is very deceiving, and like I tell you all the time, 2024 is possibly going to be a year of awakening.
Or April 8th total solar eclipse. We see that it makes an X when you combine it with the August 21st, 2017 total solar eclipse, or in the Hebrew, a Tav. And the Hebrew Tav has a numeric value of 400. Going into Genesis 15, we see that there's a prophecy with the number 400. Verse 15, and he said unto Abram, know of certainty that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and shall afflict them for 400 years. Combining that verse with the understanding that the so-called Negroes that were enslaved throughout America is the fulfillment of that prophecy. And this could be confirmed because the first time all of Israel was enslaved in Egypt, it wasn't for 400 years. As we read in Exodus 12:40 in the Septuagint. In the sojourn of the children of Israel, while they sojourned in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, was 430 years. And when you look into the math, it was 215 years from Abraham until they went into Egypt, and another 215 years of enslavement in Egypt. All that being said, if the enslavement and bondage of the so-called Negroes in America was the fulfillment of the prophecy of the 400 years, then this could be a sign to fulfill and complete this prophecy with verse 14 in Genesis 15. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterwards shall they come out with great substance. Which could lead us to Jeremiah 16, 14, and 15. Therefore, behold, the days come, says the Most High, that it shall no more be said that the Most High liveth that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Most High liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north and from all the lands whither he had driven them, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers.
To anyone who believes the moon landing happened, that NASA actually went to the moon, I got some questions for you. First, do you actually believe that this piece of junk right here actually landed on the moon? Let's take a closer look at the moon lander. This seriously looks like cardboard and aluminum foil. If a school kid made this in science class, he wouldn't even get a C. Next question for you. Who was the cameraman for Neil Armstrong's first steps on the moon? Who was taking the picture? Also, Neil Armstrong's boots. They don't match the footprints made on the moon. How do you explain that one, baby cakes? And I got one more question for you. Remember the moon buggy that they drove on the moon? The go-kart they made so they could drive around the moon. How did it get there? How did it get there? This is what they say landed on the moon. So how did the moon buggy fit in or on this thing?
Right.
Now, I'm not saying they landed on the moon or they didn't. I'm just asking the question. Shabadoo bushkies, shabadoo.
Listen, y'all can hate all y'all want to, but everybody knows we were already in America before slavery. Watch this.
And we see that they came there at 51,000.
How did they come from Africa to what we consider North America?
to North America, 51,700. All of those places that came by ship. The Reed ships, Reed ships, as Thor Heyerdahl showed that you could sail a Reed ship from Africa to South America in his Ra-2 experiment.
So they came to the Americas, not necessarily what we consider North America.
They were first in South America 56,000 years ago, and then we have a place, Dr. Al Goodyear, University of South Carolina, found a area in South Carolina that dates back to 51,700 BC.
Now, of course, everybody going to use Africa, Africa, because that's the theory that everybody's been brainwashed with. But there were black people on this continent who did not necessarily come from Africa.
When people say that someone is black, they have to realize that there are plenty of other melanated races out here other than people who are African American. You get what I'm saying? Are labeled as African American, you know, the black African American. Outside of black African American, there are also 11 other tribes of races, of ethnicities, tribes of ethnicities that are also melanated individuals, really like Dominicans and Native Americans who are darker than me. You get what I'm saying? But so when he's saying black people, it's not just referencing to black African Americans.
I don't think a lot of people really understand this, but I saw this way back in the beginning. All you have to do is type this into your computer and you can see this stuff very easily for yourself. There's 2 solar eclipses, 2017 and 2024. And notice right here, they intersect. So let's go over here, take a little bit bigger picture. See that? They intersect in southern Illinois. And you can go and type into your search browser, Little Egypt. And when you do that, you will see southern Illinois called Little Egypt. Okay? Now what's the significance of these 2? Right here. What's the significance of those? Well, for one, it's never really been done in the history of the world. The United States is marked. And this is where I brought this out on my chart. That solar eclipse is exactly 7 Hebrew years apart from the first one. Okay? 7 Hebrew years. Hebrew years is 354.36 days in a year. These are exactly 7 years apart. This is your prophetic year. Prophetic years are not 360 days. They are 354 days. Right smack in the middle of these, in the very middle, December 14, 2020, you had the first thing, Biden wins all the electoral votes. The Pfizer gets authorized for global use, and a solar eclipse happens that goes over Pope Francis's hometown, Buenos Aires. Okay? That's right smack in the middle. All right? President Herzog of Israel visits the UAE on December 5th. Probably to discuss the temple. That's exactly 490 days to that solar eclipse. Something's going to happen on that date. Big.
Hey, it's crazy because April 8th is coming. Oh my God. I'll be telling y'all, sometimes these episodes you can learn some valuable stuff in. It's just a matter of what you really getting yourself into on possibly what you can learn. But y'all let me know down below possibly if y'all enjoyed today's episode, any constructive criticism, wrongs or rights or anything. But more importantly, make sure if you all enjoyed or not, hit that like button, man, and I'll see you all tomorrow.